And we are also following breaking news in the killings of Spencer and Monique Tepe.
An unsealed affidavit has revealed new details in the investigation into the deaths of that Wineland Park couple. Monique's ex-husband, Michael McKee, faces multiple charges, including aggravated murder and burglary.
Surgeons are supposed to be clinical and precise and careful, but there was nothing clinical about the way the Tepe couple were killed. Dr. McKee allegedly emptied 16 bullets from a firearm into the Tepe couple. It seems as though he fired every round he had, and one has a sense that each time he fired, he was getting bloody revenge, brutal satisfaction, Kill Bill style, for some perceived emotional slight.
Breaking now on NBC4 at noon, new details in the death of a Columbus couple. Autopsy reports obtained by NBC4 revealed that Monique Tepe was shot 9 times. Her husband Spencer Tepe was shot 7 times.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear. Thoughts build up until I can't feel. My mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear.
Pretty horrific, isn't it? According to WOSU.org, autopsy reports from the Franklin County Coroner's Office released on Tuesday, that's yesterday, show that Spencer and Monique Tepe died after they were shot multiple times inside their Wineland Park home on December 30th. The reports show, as you heard, that Monique Tepe, 39, was shot 9 times, including 3 times in the chest and 1 shot to the right cheek. Spencer Tepe, 37, was shot 7 times, including 3 wounds to his trunk and 1 shot to his head, each to his head and neck. Now, you would imagine a surgeon would know how to shoot someone in a way that it would be life-threatening. And so did he feel that he needed to shoot all of these on all of these times in order to kill these people, or was he actually getting some kind of emotional closure? That's really the wrong word. Some kind of bloody satisfaction out of what he was doing, because he really didn't need to shoot them that many times in order to kill them. So what was he actually doing? Well, I think what this shows is to what extent McKee allegedly had it in for his ex-wife, who bore the brunt of the surgeon's arsenal of bullets. His wife was shot more than her husband, but her new husband was also clearly the object of the killer's ire as well. I think this case is very, very similar to, in terms of the psychology and in terms of the mentality and in terms of the motive, as we saw with Brian Koberger. It is someone who's taking out his resentment on someone. In this case, it's someone who's very personal to the perpetrator, but is nevertheless trying to get a kind of symbolic revenge on perhaps the fact that his life didn't turn out the way that he wanted and someone else was living their best life. And he sort of felt like, if I can't have it, you can't either. Now, I do believe reports have come out that McKee was apparently spotted in the area prior to the day of the murders. Look at this from News Nation. McKee, a surgeon from Illinois, allegedly walked around the Tepe's Columbus, Ohio property on December 6th. That was around 3.5 weeks earlier, and he was there while they were at a college football game. Video footage reportedly shows McKee outside. That day, Monique left the game at half-time and returned to their hotel room because she was upset about something involving her ex-husband, Spencer told friends. That is according to court documents. And one wonders whether McKee tried to lure her, tried to get her on that particular occasion and then failed. But we also know that that door had a keypad. What we don't know is how the killer found out the code of that keypad. According to People, Monique also had a green contusion, likely a bruise in her leg. So I guess it's possible her killer tripped or kicked her. Back to this article from People. Monique, 39, was shot in the right cheek and sustained 9 gunshot wounds overall, the coroner noted in the report. She was shot in her torso multiple times, including 3 times in her chest. Now, one would really imagine that just 1 shot to the chest would probably have been lethal. Now, in addition to the gunshot wounds, Monique also had an irregular green contusion in her left calf. The coroner listed Monique's cause of death as gunshot wounds of head, trunk, and extremities with visceral, skeletal, and soft tissue injuries. Now, I have to say, have a look at this image of the doctor, and have a look in particular at his mouth. Look at those thin lips and small mouth of McKee. And my impression, and I get that it's subjective, this is not scientific, but just that small mouth, doesn't that speak about a small life and a small-mindedness and kind of a, I don't know, just kind of a selfishness and someone who's really caught up in their own little world. Perhaps someone who doesn't speak very much. Just looking at that mouth, he looks cruel and empty and filled with resentment, doesn't he? Now I want you to look at another picture. Isn't there something similarly empty in this picture of Lucy Letby? Now put these images side by side, and do you notice both of their mouths are skew, drooping down slightly on the left and lifting slightly higher on the right, both of them. And yet, as bloody and barbaric as this hit job was, the surgeon did actually leave both children unharmed. Now, they are orphans as he was once upon a time. Well, I'm not going to take it further than that, just to let you guys know, if you're interested in the Lucy Letby case, a new documentary has just dropped on Netflix today. I think it's called The Investigation into Lucy Letby. In terms of the Nancy Guthrie case, that is a developing story. I will be posting news as and when it develops, so watch the space for details. And then in the John Benet Ramsey case, I do want to come back to Jane Stobie and what she said about the Ramseys and her experience working in the office of Access Graphics. So look out for that. Well, I'm not going to take it further than that. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.